inside.
That didn't work. That did not work. No.
These days, finding out your kid has fallen in love on the internet isn't a big surprise. This year, Lauren sat me down to tell me that she had fallen for a dog that she was certain would fit right in and become a great herding dog for the goats. She made all the arrangements, paid for it herself, and we drove down and brought a little more mayhem back into our lives.
Thank you, you did check. Hi, sweet baby. Oh, look at your beautiful blue eyes. Oh, it's a little scary. Why are you determined to vomit right on me? Really?
I was a little skeptical at first, but it seems to be working out, and Aya fell in love with her too.
You need a bath, huh? You've been down in the swamp? Yeah, you're pretty happy about it. Come on, let's go. Get a row, you can do it. All right, be easy. Come on, let's go.
Recently, I found myself in need of a recliner. And if you've shopped around for recliners recently, you probably know that they can be a little bit expensive. Well, I'm cheap, and I found a used recliner that needed a little repair work. So I brought it home and made a weekend project out of it.
Right here. Okay. So, I'm gonna get you to stand on it. I'm just gonna use this as a straight edge when I'm done. So I measure it, and I'm just gonna put a little weight on it. I don't want to put too much at one time because I don't want to overbend it.
The frame had been bent, but the leather was in near perfect condition.
Stand here.
And I was confident that I could straighten it out and get it back into fully serviceable condition.
Well, I am. Yeah, that's not.
All right, come off of it. All right.
I don't think it moved.
Stand here. Go 1 foot there. Well, put your weight here. Way more. All right, turn around, put your heels on it.
Okay.
And you're lifting your toes.
I don't think that's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta stop that. There's no way.
What?
There's no way.
Look.
Eat a sandwich.
You're lifting.
Oh my God. All right, look out. Look out.
I thought that was so easy. Like,
Somebody did something stupid.
she's biting the antlers and then she's biting your face. Is that your baby?
That's the only problem right there, though. Hold this right here.
Okay.
You need to move.
Oh, that works. We need your weight, not mine.
Yeah. Level, that straight edge. Let's see here. I just don't want to overbend it, is my thing. Oh wow, that looks really good. That's very good. Okay. Let me see that straight edge. That's pretty good. That's much better than it was. Field Expedient metal bending platform.
There you go. With your weight. Your weight, not mine.
Only thing is, you need 1.5 wives to be able to get that to work.
As is sometimes the case, it turned out to be a little more difficult than I anticipated.
I have sanded off the metal here so that I can get a good, hopefully get a good match to this piece. I'm holding it together with a magnet. That's pretty straight. If I can get the material to take there, this is very thin material, so my concern is that I'm not going to be able to get that to weld without blowing through it because I'm not a great welder. Well, that actually worked, sort of. I did the gnarliest hack job of welding that anybody's ever seen. I got a lot of practice to do. I am not a welder, but I think it'll hold for what I need it for. I'm going to paint it back up, put it back on that couch, and then we're in business, if it holds. And I'm kind of shocked that that little battery was able to run that welder, but it's still got 58% left. I think that my very bad weld is going to hold. It is hideous, and I need to take a welding class. But I think it'll hold for this. There shouldn't be a lot of stress applied to it. It's really just holding it from twisting. So hopefully that'll work. This is a good time to check all the screw connections and make sure everything's tight. Make sure there's nothing loose in here. Yep. I run into some odd problems up here with this tractor. And it's not the tractor. Maybe it's me, I don't know. It's just odd problems. When I put that first load of dirt down, it looked like the front tires were a little low, so I checked them. They were definitely low. I've had some problems with the tires before, and I do not want a flat. That's a long day of stuff I'm not trying to do. But then I checked the back tires, which I don't usually have any issue with the pressure on the back of these, but I checked that tire and it was down to 6.9 pounds. It's supposed to be 35 max. I pumped it up to 32. I went to check this one, and I went to take this cap off, and when I did, this unscrewed from here. Like, I've never had that happen before. So the whole stem came apart, came out, and just started blowing air out. Kind of took me off guard. Fortunately, I put it back real quick. Jafana went to get me a pair of pliers so I could snug it in there a little bit. I've never had that happen before. And I'm glad I thought to roll the thing forward to get this at the top, because these are liquid-filled tires. And had I done that when it was down at the bottom, it would have been blowing that liquid out, and I probably wouldn't have been able to get back in there and seat it properly. I'm just trying to smooth the driveway out a little bit. I don't need all this crazy in my life today.
What's it attached to? What's the whole thing attached to?
So you got a big piece here, and that's held on with a big bolt, but apparently this is a two-piece mechanism here. So you've got this piece screws in right there where my fingernail is, and so that goes on up into there, and that piece came out. It's about that long.
Oh.
And just start blowing air. That would have been a bad day. A bad day.
Yeah, it's tireless though. And it's not one that hurt.
Yeah, 3.8 pounds. I don't know how this thing's not blown. The only thing I can figure is that because they're liquid filled, that kept the seal and kept the bead from popping. But this could have been a really bad day for us.
What's the pressure supposed to be?
35 pounds.
Okay.
Max pressure 35 pounds. 3.8, not 35. I'm gonna be here for a minute.
Okay, I'm putting on a jacket.
Since we had this pile out here, and it is a little moonscape, very lumpy. It's going to require a lot of moving and pulling. This stuff has a lot of little bits of debris in it, and there's some school of thought about raised beds or beds for gardening that have a lot of branches and that kind of stuff in there to rot away. So that's what Jafana wanted. This was the perfect material to use. We tossed a little bit of lime around just to kind of mix it in as we went. She's got all of her beds over there for her garden. I think most of that's probably going to be sunflowers. I'm going to crack open the pile that we have right here from where I buried the fire, pull out any ash that there is that I can get to, and just mix it in with the soil because it's good for the soil. And then anything that's like any big chunks of root or root ball or whatever that's in there, I'm just going to push them back in and cover it up. Start getting this field set up so that it looks decent, because first we want to look out the window and see something pretty, and secondly we're going to try and start getting a little more diverse grasses here so that the goats can make use of it. They're not really grazers, so they don't need a lot of grass unless it's the last thing. Trying to make what we do with the fields a little more natural. Now that might seem like a big waste of time, but I think in the long run, I'll be happy that I did it. I had that ash available to me. Also, a bunch of ash underground never really becomes stable. I was able to pull it up. I've got the tools to do it here, so I might as well take a little bit of time, spread this ash out. I'm gonna start pulling everything with the tractor and smoothing this field. Come back through here with the landscape rake, pull all the trash out of there and get it all together for the next time we do a burn. But that's not going to happen down here. We're going to find another spot for that, I think. Got my work cut out for me, but I think I can get that done in an afternoon. That's probably not going to happen today because I got to go pick some supplies. Living in the mountains is an amazing experience, but almost everything is on a hill. Parking, walking the dog, even carrying in groceries becomes a new kind of challenge. So everything that you can do to smooth out your path will pay dividends for years to come.
got a little entryway into the field. Got some railroad ties set up. Those really need to be set in. This is what I worked on yesterday, was getting these pinned in, putting all that rock in there.
It's been less than a year since we moved in, and we've seen dramatic changes in the place. We've got some pretty big things planned. Come on back and check us out again at BreakHeart Orchard. We'll still be here.
Did not work. No.